All right, good evening. So it is it's about 6 what? 6 almost 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which means that it is about 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're joining me out on the East Coast, thank you for joining me this evening just before you head out to bed, or maybe you're working a night shift, or maybe you're burning the midnight oil as a real estate investor or as a real estate wholesaler. Either way, I appreciate you guys being here. I know that some of you are looking at this trying to improve your real estate investing business. Some of you are doing it during the dinner hour. Some of you are doing it at work. Some of you are about to get to bed. So the fact that you're here with me right now means a lot to me, and I am going to make it worth it for you. Today we're going to be talking about pay per leads, and how investing about $477 should yield you one closed deal per month. And I'm going to prove that to you, and I'm going to show you how this works. Now, as you know, one of the things that I like to do is I like to work on these slides, and I create these slides for you. And what we have here is a gentleman who is working as an investor. He is playing that old magnetic fishing game. And depending on your age, you remember growing up and playing that game. There's some young people who that game still exists. You can still find that game. It's that magnetic fishing game where you have a fishing rod with a small magnet on it. And then you've got those plastic fish that are circling around in that rotating pond, if you will. And you dip your fishing rod in there, and it has the magnet. And then the fish's mouths open and close, and then you're able to pull out a fish. So when I was thinking about an image that would best suit the topic that we're discussing, which is pay per leads and getting those leads and fishing for leads, and then it led me to this. And so what I prompted Google FX image, Google Labs to do was to give me an image of a real estate investor wearing a navy blue shirt with the word investor on it, playing the old magnetic fishing game, but instead of fish, replacing those fish with sellers, and having him use that magnet and that magnetic fishing rod to be able to pull his leads and the sellers out. And so that was what we got. That was the end result, and I think it did a good job. So today we're going to be talking about pay per leads, and what are pay per leads, and how does pay per leads work. A lot of people call it PPL. It is similar to PPC, which is pay per click. And if you've ever studied any type of internet marketing whatsoever, you probably understand what pay per click means. Pay per lead is very, very similar to that. It's slightly different, and so a lot of people don't really understand what pay per lead means or what PPL stands for, and I'm going to try to clear that up for everybody this evening. Please be sure that you like and follow. We work hard on creating this content and on coming up with this content for you, working on the slides, reading through a bunch of DMs that come through and trying to figure out which ones we can get to during these trainings and during these lives. So while there's no cost to you other than your time, the cost of admission is a like and a follow. So if you could do me a huge favor right now and just give me a thumbs up, let me know that the audio is coming through fine. Give me a fire emoji, a heart emoji. If you're watching us on TikTok, you can give me some coins, some gems, some roses, some Super Mario Brothers, mushrooms, fireballs, one-ups, whatever it is. Subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can get all the alerts every time we go live and anytime we upload the content that we are creating and curating for you to help you on your real estate investor journey, on your real estate wholesaling journey. So make sure that you like and follow. This is a very important quote that I thought I'd start the training with. It's not your seller's job to remember you. It is your obligation and your responsibility to make sure that they don't have a chance to forget you. It is your responsibility. There are times when I get on the phones with people who are operating as real estate investors or they're operating as real estate wholesalers, and one of the things that they'll say to me is something along the lines of, hey, I just lost the lead. They went with somebody else, and they told me that they were going to give me the deal. They told me that they would sign the contract with me. They told me that they would wait for me. They told me that they needed at least 1 or 2 days before they made their final decision, and it looks like they made their decision last night. And I have to repeat this over and over again. It is not the seller's responsibility for them to remember you. It is your job and your responsibility and your obligation to yourself and to them that they don't forget you. You will lose more business due to your lack of follow-up than you will ever lose due to your lack of enthusiasm. Keep that in mind, okay? There is nothing wrong with you calling someone over and over again if it is pleasantly enthusiastic. In other words, if you're approaching a seller and you're coming from the perspective of, hey, John or Jane, I'm really excited about working with you. You said you wanted to work with me. I want to make this deal work. What do we have to do to get this to the finish line? If you call them from that perspective, then you're not doing anything wrong, right? Now, if you're being aggressive and rude, then yeah, you're going to turn them off, right? But it's your job and your obligation to make sure that they don't forget about you. So again, you will lose more business by your lack of follow-up than you will ever lose by your over enthusiasm to get a hold of them and make this deal work. Now, a lot of this stuff I cover in my book. It is Deal Like a Dove, Dispo Like a Dragon. This is a full-blown manual on how to build a real estate investing business and how to use wholesaling as a strategy. It covers all of the marketing strategies, including the ones that we're going to be talking about tonight, which is the PPL, pay per leads. I have a whole chapter just dedicated to that. Today we're going to be covering it as well. But again, if you haven't picked it up, you can get it on Amazon. Deal Like a Dove, Dispo Like a Dragon. And if you go to dove.dispodragons.com, dove.dispodragons.com. It will take you directly to the Amazon link, and you can purchase the book directly there. Take a picture of yourself with the book, tag us in social media, and I will send you a code so that you can get a free copy of the Audible version. If you prefer the Audible version, you can get it as well. Go to Audible, look for Deal Like a Dove, Dispo Like a Dragon. It is narrated by Tim Alexander, who is an amazing voice actor and narrator, and he did a really, really phenomenal job of conveying the message that I wanted to convey with the same energy and expressiveness that I have when I talk in general, right? I just come off that way. Now, listen, he did a great job. His voice is amazing. So you'll enjoy the book. Listen to the book in the car. Use your time in your vehicle while you are commuting. Use that time as an opportunity to educate yourself. If you have a half-hour commute every day, so you're driving 30 minutes in the morning and maybe 30 minutes in the evening, that's 1 hour a day. If you educate yourself with an audiobook for 1 hour every single day, 5 days a week, that's 5 hours a week. Multiply that times 52 weeks in a year. You are looking at over 130 hours of educational content that you could be consuming, that you could be digesting, that you could be applying to your life. So make this book one of those Audible books on your list. If you have a subscription, pick it up on Audible because you get 1 or 2 free credits every single month, depending on the subscription that you have. Get the book, listen to Audible, give me a review, let me know what you thought about it. All right. Everybody knows that this is Jay-Z. Everybody knows that Jay-Z is hugging Warren Buffett. Jay-Z is wildly successful in his own right, and if you don't know it or not, he basically approached Warren Buffett and said, I need a mentor. I want to become a multi-billionaire like you. And who better than Warren Buffett to teach him how to become a multi-billionaire? Well, Warren Buffett loves his milkshakes and he loves his Coke, and Berkshire Hathaway, his company, is one of the largest investors in Coca-Cola products, which is probably why he drinks his 1 can of Coke per day. But he loves his milkshakes, and this is a picture of him and Jay-Z at a diner. This was taken by a photographer for Forbes. Steve Forbes is actually in the picture. I don't know why he was cut off of this image. But either way, if Jay-Z, who was wildly successful, is going to go find a mentor to help him become a multi-billionaire, right? What does that say about us and seeking out mentors as well? And if you don't know it or not, Jay-Z in his house, right? Rock Nation, Rock House. In his own house of Jay-Z, he has produced now other multi-billionaires, including Rihanna and a few other people who have gone on to become multi-billionaires because of him and what he has learned, what he has earned, right? And so We have a profit sharing mentorship within our organization. It is a true profit sharing mentorship where the mentee, the student, and the mentor teaches, benefits from the profits, and they each get a percentage of it. You can learn more about it by visiting start.dispodragons.com. Start.dispodragons.com. No, this is not a joint venture. A joint venture. There is a difference between a joint venture and a profit sharing mentorship. Okay, a joint venture is where you have a seller, somebody else has a buyer, you create a joint venture, you put the seller and the buyer together, and then you guys each get paid. That is a joint venture. In most joint ventures, you typically aren't going to have someone that is going to walk you through the entire process. You typically don't have someone that is going to help you with your leads, close your leads, get on the phone with your leads, fill out contracts with you, send out contracts for you, get the deals signed, get the contract signed, and then help you find buyers for them. And then you all get a percentage of the profit. That's not how most joint ventures work. Most joint ventures are, we have one transaction, we create a JV agreement for that one transaction, and then we all sail away off into the sunset after the deal is closed. Whereas with the profit sharing mentorship, you have a closer on call, a bona fide mentor that knows how to do this business, and it's their responsibility to also make sure that you know how to do this business as well. Learn more at start.dispodragons.com, start.dispodragons.com. All right. That I think that has given the algorithm enough time to notify people that we are live and that we are on the internet. Let's talk about pay per lead, PPL. What is pay per lead? What is PPL? Okay, so there is a difference between disruptive marketing and intent marketing. What is disruptive marketing? Well, disruptive marketing is anything that is going to disrupt the person that is going to see your marketing, whatever type of marketing that might be. So for instance, a commercial on TV, that is a form of disruptive marketing. If you see a commercial on YouTube, that might be a little bit different because that is actually intent marketing, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So TV commercials, disruptive marketing. Cold calling, disruptive marketing, right? Text message marketing, SMS marketing, that's disruptive marketing. Even if you have opted in to receive text message or text message marketing messages from a company, from an organization, from an individual, even if you have opted in to receive those messages, it's still a disruptive form of marketing, right? So anything that disrupts you from whatever it is that you currently might be doing. You might be sitting on the toilet and you get a text message text message, or you might get a cold call from someone, right? That is a very disruptive marketing strategy, right? So that, I'm not saying those strategies don't work, and I'm not saying that there isn't a time and place for it, but there is a definite distinction between disruptive marketing, which is disrupting you from whatever you're doing presently, currently, and intent marketing. Intent marketing is also known as search engine optimization. It's also known as search engine marketing. But intent marketing is where someone has an intent. They are researching something. And so when they are doing these searches, then what happens is certain keywords, key phrases start to pop up, or they start to see certain YouTube videos that will pop up based on their prior search history. So intent marketing is much more powerful because these are people who are clearly researching. They clearly want to buy, or in this case, sell something. They clearly have an intent to move forward with a decision, or to purchase a product, or to sell a property in our case. So when it applies to us, intent marketing are people that are researching phrases, terms like sell my house for cash quick, all cash offer, local real estate investors, how to sell my house for top dollar, how to sell my house without an agent, sell my house fast, avoid foreclosure. Those are all the different types of phrases that these people might be researching when they are considering selling their home. Now, there can be a lot more, but those are just certain examples of key and high intent phrases or search terms that these people are looking for. So hopefully that cleared up the difference between what disruptive marketing is and what intent marketing is. Now, PPL stands for pay per lead. It is different than PPC because a PPC campaign stands for pay per click. So when you are paying per click, right? You are basically paying every time someone clicks on your ad. Now, there's a variety of different PPC ad campaigns that you can run. You can run them on Facebook. You can run them on Google search terms. You can run them on YouTube. You can run them on TikTok now. You can run them on Instagram. Soon, very soon, I anticipate that there are going to be different ways that you're going to be able to pay for clicks or advertising on AI. I'm not sure if they figured out how to monetize that yet, quite yet. Those are all different versions of PPC. In this case, we're only focusing on pay per lead this evening. That's all we're going to talk about. And all that means is you're not going to be charged for every time someone clicks on something. You are only going to be charged if you purchase that lead. So if you purchase that lead, you pay for that lead. Now, the company that I like using and the company that I endorse is a company called iSpeed2Lead. Now, you can learn more about them by going to speed, speed.dispodragons.com. iSpeed2Lead, you can go to speed.dispodragons.com. And yes, let's be totally clear, that is an affiliate link for you to learn more about them. I'm not bashful about that. I don't hide that. If I use it and I believe in it, I endorse it. So, iSpeed2Lead. Now, there's a difference between exclusive and non-exclusive leads. What are exclusive leads? Exclusive leads are the ones that are only to you. Okay, so when you purchase these leads, you can expect that you're going to pay a lot more for exclusive leads that only you get. Nobody else is going to get them. They won't have any other contact information of theirs on their portal, on iSpeed's portal. That lead only goes to you versus non-exclusive. Non-exclusive leads are the leads that basically are fair game. They're open territory for everybody. Everybody can purchase the non-exclusive leads. Now, I'm going to give you my thoughts on exclusive versus non-exclusive, and you can agree with this or you can disagree with this. But when you have someone that is searching for certain key phrases, certain key terms, when they are searching for sell my house fast for cash, local real estate investors who can buy my property fast, avoid foreclosure, sell before they take my home, searches like that, when you have someone that is entering those key search phrases, key search terms on Google, and they're searching for those terms, they are probably not only clicking on one advertisement, advertisement. They're probably not clicking on just one. They're probably clicking on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ads, and they're waiting to see who is going to make them the best offer. That is just common sense. That is a normal human reaction. And so, if someone is searching those key phrases like how to sell my house fast for cash, they're probably going to fill out multiple forms. And so if they're filling out multiple forms anyway, and even though iSpeed2Lead sells the lead to you as an exclusive lead within their platform, within their portal, that does not necessarily guarantee that they haven't filled out other forms on other platforms, on other portals. Therefore, that lead technically wouldn't be considered exclusive to just you because they're filling out multiple forms. And, you can't blame them for that. If they're in a tight pinch, if they're in a situation where they need money now, if they're facing foreclosure and the property's about to go to auction unless they get the property sold in the next 3 to 5 days, then yes, they're going to be filling out multiple forms because they want to make sure that they do what's in their best interest. That is normal. There's no reason, to get upset over that. But my theory is this, that if they're filling out these multiple forms, there truly really is no sense of exclusivity anyway. So if there's no sense of in exclusivity, I don't see the reason for you to necessarily have to pay extra money for a lead that may or may not be considered exclusive because they're filling out these forms. All right. Now, on iSpeed2Lead, here are the numbers, okay? The numbers, and this has been my experience as well. 1 out of every 12 leads will convert. So if you purchase leads from iSpeed2Leads, you can probably bet that if you purchase about 12 leads, one of them will convert. Now, this will vary. It will vary based on a variety of different things. It will vary based on your ability to get a hold of the seller, and your ability to get a hold of the seller is going to be directly related to how how committed you are to actually working this business. So for those of you that say, hey, I just purchased all these leads, and then you wait till the next day to call them, or you wait a week before you reach out to them, well, that's going to obviously reduce your chances of getting a hold of those leads, and it's going to reduce your chances of actually closing any deals with those leads. When these leads are purchased, you want to try to get a hold of them right away. That is the reason that this company is called iSpeed to Lead, because there is a phrase in our industry known as speed to lead. The faster you get to a lead, the more likely you are to actually close the deal. And the longer it takes you to get to your lead, to make contact with the lead, the less likely you are to actually close a deal with that seller, right? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to try to get a hold of that lead almost immediately. If you're purchasing a lead, you're going to want to call that lead. You might want to leave a voicemail message. If they don't answer, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to send them a text message. Now, if you're worried about, the compliance and whether or not they've opted in to receive all these things, the forms that they fill out and the forms that iSpeed to Lead are all iSpeed to Lead create, and the advertisements that they create. I feel like I sound smarter when I say advertisements as opposed to advertisements. Anyway, the ads that they create when people fill out these forms, those are all compliant, and they are also all checking off that they are willing to receive SMS, text message, marketing messages, right? So they are opting in already. So you don't have to worry about you sending them a text message. So you buy the lead, you call them, they don't answer, you leave a message, you text them, you try to maintain communication with them as soon as possible. So 1 out of every 12 leads convert. Now, sorry, I'm a little under the weather, so I have a little bit of a runny nose. Exclusive leads are going to cost you about $359. Okay, now I already went over with you why I don't believe that there is a necessity for you to purchase a exclusive lead, considering the fact that these leads are probably filling out multiple forms. We've already gone over that. So if the lead is $359 a lead and you're purchasing 12 leads a month, then you would be investing about $4,308. Okay, so if you were to do that and you were to purchase the exclusive leads from them, you'd probably spend about $4,300 to make, on average, about $7,500 a deal. Now, that's the average wholesale deals, about $7,500. Are there people making $10,000 per deal? Absolutely. Are there people making $20,000 per deal? Absolutely. Are there people making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per deal? 100%. I prefer to be more conservative. So when I share these numbers, I will always go towards the lower averages. So if you're going to take into account that the lower average is about $7,500 per wholesale deal of a residential home, single family residence, $7,500, you're in the clear, at least $3,000 profit if you were to go that route using only exclusive leads, which is much more expensive. And I don't think you need to do that. So what you can do is you can join something called the Coupon Club. Now, the way this works is you pay $199 a month, and you are part of iSpeed to Lead's Coupon Club. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to purchase as many non-exclusive leads as they have available for $29 per lead. Now, going back to what I originally said, 1 out of every 12 leads typically converts, depending on your ability to get a hold of the lead, depending on your ability to master your script and your ability to convey the right message, depending on your ability to negotiate the right price, knowing what your maximum allowable offer is, knowing what the best exit strategy is, identifying the best type of buyer for this deal, knowing all of those things and taking all those things into account. If you have 12 leads, you will probably close 1 of them. 1 out of those 12 will usually result in a closed transaction. So let's add that up. Coupon Club up, it says 129. I am sorry, it's actually 199. That wasn't an error. So the Coupon Club is 199, not 129. And if you buy 12 exclusive leads at $29 a lead, $29 a lead, that comes out to about $348 for all 12 leads, non-exclusive. Add the $199, the $200, now you're looking at about $548. So for $548 a month, you will probably close 1 deal. Again, This is all subject to you being able to get a hold of that lead and your ability to negotiate, your ability to know your scripts, your ability to know what the maximum allowable offer is, your ability to be able to comp this right so that you know what the ARV is, your ability to be able to identify the best exit strategy, and your ability to be able to find the right buyer and be able to market to that right buyer. Now, all of that stuff, if you're brand new, all of that stuff can be taught to you by by a mentor, right? When you have a mentor there walking you through the entire process, hand holding you, showing you exactly what to say, how to say it, how to get a hold of them, what your offer should be, what the ARV is, what the best exit strategy is, who the best end buyer is probably going to be ideally. When you have a mentor doing this with you, this makes this a lot easier. So for a brand new person, if you have, listen, there's only two resources, right? You either have time or you have money. Now, if you have a lot of time, typically you don't have a lot of money. And if you have a lot more money, then typically you don't have a lot of time. Right? This is the way it works. So if you don't have a lot of money, but you got a lot of time, then what you're going to have to be doing is investing that time into other methods of lead generation, which is the cold calling, the door knocking, the canvassing, getting on Facebook Marketplace, sending out messages, sending out offers to on-market deals. That's the strategy that you're going to use. But for those of you who have other jobs, full-time jobs, part-time jobs, and you have some income that you can invest in your business, you have more time than you have money, then you're going to probably want to consider a strategy like this, a strategy, which is purchasing leads, non-exclusive leads. And if you do this right, and you have a mentor that's willing to help you with this, again, you're looking at an investment of about $550 for an average return of $7,500 on a closed deal. So you invest $550, and you get a return of $7,500. The best way to do this, if you're brand new, is to make sure you have a mentor that can walk you through how to do this so that you don't lose any leads and so that you have the highest success rate with all of those transactions. Now, we share details like this in our Dollar Club. Our Dollar Club is on School. You can go to school, school.dispodragons.com, school.dispodragons.com. It's called a Dollar Club because it costs $1. Yeah, $1. $1 for lifetime access to all the stuff that I'm covering now. And it also allows you to be a part of a community, part of a tribe, right? Trying to do this all by yourself is painful. You can do it. You can learn all of this stuff by yourself. You can make all the mistakes by yourself. But when you have a tribe that you can relate to, a tribe that you can speak to about what you're going through, share your wins, share your losses, learn from other people, and to network, right? What if you have leads or deals or opportunities in other states and other cities? That's why you want to join our communities. That way you can be a part of that tribe and you can meet with other people. School.dispodragons.com. I'm in there all the time. I'm also offering advice for people that need it. So make sure that you join because all the information that we're covering here you can have access to. As I mentioned before, make sure that you like and follow us. We work really hard on this content. We work really hard on presenting it in a way that's easy to understand. Our format is a lot different. I see a lot of the people that, excuse me. That's what I get for doing this when I'm sick. I see a lot of people they go live and they teach this content and they teach this information, and there are some amazing, amazing leaders within this space, and they teach really great content. We just have a different flavor. That's all. I have a different flavor of the way I like to present this stuff, and so we work hard on creating this content for you and to be able to help your business. So while there's no cost associated with this, the cost of admission is a like and a follow. So please make sure that you subscribe to us on any of the portals that you are using. Make sure that you click on the bell icon if you're watching us on YouTube, and give us a few emojis on the chat so that way the algorithm knows that you're appreciating our content. You can give me a heart, you can give me a smiley face, you can give me a vomit face. Just don't give me an eggplant with the splashy splash emojis. None of that stuff, okay? My wife watches these sometimes. So make sure that you like and make sure that you follow us. I appreciate you being a part of this. If you need help with any of your deals, please send us us a message, shoot me a message. We'll take a look at it. We are also buyers and investors ourselves, so we will look at every deal and every opportunity as a buyer first. Does that mean that we're going to buy your deal? Not necessarily. Of course not, right? Don't kid yourself. We have a particular buy box just like anybody else does, just like any investor does. And if it doesn't necessarily meet our criteria, and if it doesn't necessarily meet our buy box, well, no problem. What we can do is we can actually present your deal to all of our VIP buyers. We can present it to them. We'll put our fee on top so that we don't eat into your assignment fee, and maybe we can get the deal sold as a joint venture. Right now, if you're really smart, what you'll do is you'll sign up for our profit sharing mentorship so that you have someone there dedicated to helping you build your business, and you don't have to feel bad for calling them every 20 or 30 minutes asking them for help. All right. Have a great night. Enjoy your evening. Get to sleep. For those of you who are out on the East Coast, maybe Mountain Central Time, and for those of you who are about to have dinner, hey, enjoy your dinner. Have a great night. I'll talk to you soon.